What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Baby Daddy Potty episode 2. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope everyone has a great week. Hope some of y'all got your tax returns already. You know what I'm saying? Today I wanted to bring a very special guest, a mother. Of course, we had a father the first episode, and now I want to bring in Priscilla, aka Pkillaah, if you know her through her socials. She's a mom, so we're just gonna dive in right away. And this is her.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for opening your doors again.
Yeah, of course.
This podcast is kind of turning into this cool thing where we're trying to visit people's houses when they let us.
Awesome.
Not in a creepy way, just like sitting down and like really being somewhere where people are more comfortable. Like you were like, oh, my daughter dirty. They were like, bro, this is the point. Like,
yeah.
Like if there was like hand drawings on the wall, like even better. On the TV, the little manitas on the TV. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how does it feel? How does it feel being a mom? Like your daughter's what, around 2 years old?
Yeah.
Like
2 years, 4 months, almost 2.5.
Jeez, the terrible twos, really? Is that really a thing?
You know what? I didn't believe it, but lately she's been getting a little more crazy. So I'm starting to believe it. Yeah, more travesuras.
Yeah.
Than before. Yeah.
You like hammer her down or not? You let her do what she wants, kind of.
Honestly, I try to be strict, but nobody listens to me. Not even my dog. Yeah. So I'm just kind of a little more lenient, I guess, with her, because if I yell or tell her to stop, like I'll do it like 10, 12 times, and then she doesn't listen. So then I'm like, okay. I give up.
Do you feel like the twos are harder than the 1.5s?
I guess I think it's a totally different experience. Whoa. Like at first I thought the newborn stage was a little harder because I was like sleep deprived. Mm-hmm. But then once they start walking, then it's a totally different thing, because they want to climb everything, they want to go everywhere, they want to put everything in their mouths, and I have to be chasing after them. Whereas before they couldn't like walk, so you could just keep them in their bassinet, and they'll stay there. And so I feel like it's a little bit harder but different. But I definitely enjoy it more because you really get to see like their personality like start developing, and you know when they start talking, it's pretty awesome to see them. Like
the little developments. Do you see her developing like a little bit of your personality? Like, do you see it taking a little bit like that?
I definitely see a lot of my personality, and then some of like Juan's as well. Mm-hmm. Like she's very outgoing, and like she's not scared of anything. And I feel like it's like a little bit more of me, but she's like over the top. She's way more like, she's like crazy than me.
She's like, I don't care. Because I see the trampoline and it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, she has a lot of energy. So I got a trampoline to like hopefully help with all her energy. I mean, she still has energy after that. But I'll put like videos on YouTube. There's these trampoline workouts for kids. So I'll put it on, and then she'll be like bouncing. And sometimes they have like routines like open your legs.
What the heck?
Yeah. So
I'm about to buy my son a trampoline too. Because honestly, he
loves it.
Yeah, I was like, it's cool. I was like, what is that? I thought it was yours. I was like,
I was like
some workout machine.
Weight limit. I wish I tried it one time, but I was like, I want to break it. But yeah.
So being a mom, of course, I feel like you guys get the harder half of the stick, I guess, of like sleep deprivation and all that stuff. Like, how did you like kind of get through that? Like, how does that? Because there's a lot of viewers are probably gonna be parents soon or are about to be like giving birth or whatever. Like, how do you did you prep for like the sleep deprivation part or like anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I had an idea that we were gonna have to like stay up all night, but I guess when everything happened, I mean, it was kind of like we were just thrown out there and to like figure out ourselves. I mean, it was definitely hard, like the first 2-3 weeks, figuring out like the schedule and like waking up every 2 to 3 hours, and just like that fear of like making sure like your baby doesn't die at night.
Did she choke like ever? Like I have like when they're falling asleep and they forget how to breathe. Did you ever like
there was one time where I was just holding her, and then I just looked at her and she kind of just like stopped breathing. She started like looking like a little bluish, and I was like, what's wrong? And then Juan, he used to work like in an emergency room, so he literally just grabbed her and like blew on her face. He was like he went like that, and I kind of like shocked her and like started breathing again. But I was kind of like, you're like, what's going on? Like, okay? Breathe. Yeah, and I didn't know what to do, and he was just like, and like she just kind of like got in shock, and then
so that's actually a good tip, because I mean I feel like that happens to a lot of people.
She kind of came back to life.
She's like, I forgot how to breathe for a second. Has being a mom like changed your whole perspective on life now? Like what I mean, it's more like pretty much like, you know, you had like your goals and all that stuff like with your life, and then like your baby's here now, it's like, oh shit, like
no, it has. I feel like once I became a mother, I feel like I got a new sense of purpose, like an additional purpose in life. Obviously, I have like this little human being that is gonna look up to me and I have to take care of. Second, I feel like it really made me like have more responsibilities, not just as a mother, but like responsibilities with myself. Like I was like, okay, girl, like it's time to take responsibility for your health, like more than ever now. Like my weight, the way I ate, the way I felt, because I knew that now that I was a mother, I didn't want to be a mom that lacked energy, that was always out of breath, like to play with like their kids, or I didn't want to be a mom that didn't want to take pictures because she didn't feel good about how she looked, you know? So I was like, okay, it's time to like make the change and like take responsibility for yourself. Now that you have a daughter, but like you need to like put yourself first to like make those changes that you need to make. That way that if I feel better, and which I did make those changes, because now that I feel better and I look better than I used to look, obviously I don't have like brain fogs like I used to. And I feel like that really reflects on my parenthood now, because when you look good, you feel good, and then it reflects with those around you. Yeah.
That's
so
interesting.
I feel like more responsibility like for myself.
For yourself. That's interesting. You said the whole picture thing, like you wanted to feel good, so that way you take pictures with your daughter and stuff, and like anywhere, you know.
Yeah, no, literally, because I mean, once I gave birth, obviously, you know, moms usually gain a bunch of weight, and before I even like had an IA, I was like with a personal trainer trying to work on like my weight, and then when I got pregnant, I freaking ended up gaining like even more than I had lost, you know. And I remember when I first became a mom, I hated how I looked in pictures, you know, and I didn't want to be like that. And I was out of breath. I would go up and down the stairs and I'd be like, I hate feeling like this, you know? So I was like, I need to make a change for myself. And then secondly, for my daughter, because I want her to have like a mom that's active and like playing, rolling around with her, running around, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, so making those changes, like.
That's cool. Like, I mean, that's something I wouldn't have thought about, like the whole picture thing. And then like, also like, have you seen the video of like they do like Olympics like at elementary schools where like the parents, and like there was this mom that just freaking was like dashing through all the other moms. I was like, that's gonna be you, like just leaving all the other moms in the dust.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's kind of cool. Like my mom's faster than your mom. Like you know, you want to be like that parent.
Yeah.
So that's for sure cool. Did you ever feel like the whole postpartum thing happened to you? Like did you ever fall into like depression or anything like that? Like I don't know. I mean I didn't. As a father, as a dad, you really don't. Yeah. Like a lot of things nothing really happens, you know? Just like,
yeah,
oh shit,
look
I just gotta
at
work.
you guys, man.
I just gotta work.
You guys.
Yeah. Like I have friends, like they're expecting, and like the mom, of course, she's gaining weight. Yeah. And like my friend was like getting like a 6-pack. And she's like, I hate him.
That's right how it should be though. If the woman's pregnant, like the guy should also like work to like get fitter.
I think so. I think
make
so.
A change, since we're changing.
Because that car seat's heavy too.
It
like,
is heavy,
for some reason, it's just like everywhere you go, you're
and
like,
then your baby keeps getting heavier like throughout the weeks, and it just keeps getting more heavier. Yeah.
But yeah, did you ever go through like any like postpartum things, anything like that?
Yes, I did go through postpartum depression. I remember
how was that?
It sucked. It really sucked. Yeah. Yeah, like there was a time where I would always just like feel like really sad. I would cry in the shower, and sometimes I wouldn't even know why. I think there was a point in early motherhood where I kind of lost myself, like my identity. I was like, who am I? Like I'm a mom now. I'm like, I forgot like who I was as an individual for some point. And it took some time for me to like get out of that. And I feel like some things that helped me to get out of like postpartum depression and like really like finding myself again was one, like, you know, taking a shower and getting ready for myself to like, like feel pretty, you know, even the days I felt like shit, but like just my appearance, if I put myself together a little more, like I would feel better. And also like, taking time to still go to lunch or breakfast with like a girlfriend, like just talk about it, because like I have other friends that are also moms, like talk to them how I felt, and then they would tell me how they felt, so I knew that I wasn't alone, as well.
Like having a community was very helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And then just obviously having like a supportive husband as well, that was like really good, because if I mean, I know there's other moms that are like single, like damn, and if they're going through postpartum depression and they don't have like any support, like that must like really be
it's like an extra
tough, hard, so just having like support behind me was like really really helpful. And then eventually thank God
it just kind of goes away.
It just kind of faded away.
Okay.
Which was good.
Do you think like what were things like your husband did like to like kind of help you out? Do you think he did it like knowing, or was it just him just being like a good dad, like good like husband?
I think him knowing, but also being like a good partner. Like when he would see me that I was like crying or having a bad time, he would tell me like, don't worry, like I'll take care of her. Like you like go take a shower, get ready, like go out if you need to, like do whatever you need to do to like, you know, to help me feel better. So he would give me like my space. And,
that's really good. That's like, I feel like it's very important. And I mean, for like you said, the single moms, like it's important to have like a friend or something that like you can like just talk to and like see and stuff like that. Because I feel like sometimes like with family, it's just like they don't get it. It's like, oh, whatever. Like, you know, they've known you for so long. It's just tough to like really understand that.
Yeah,
part.
or sometimes people think like postpartum depression is like not a thing. You know, they're like, oh, you're just being extra.
You're just being extra because you just gave birth.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
don't
bro,
know. Some people do think
I
that
just
way,
gave
like,
birth. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like seeing it, like I mean, you know, I was there and stuff like that, and seeing like birth happening, I'm like, this is crazy. Like,
right, yeah.
like it's a life.
And yeah, that's another thing that I realized, like how like even like stronger like women are. Like straight after birth, you know, people, or you know, I had a C-section, so I had like a major surgery. And, you know, most people when they have surgeries, you know, they take time to recover and be by themselves, you know? And now when you're a mom, like if you have a C-section, yeah, you had a major surgery, but you still have to take care of like this new little human being.
Yeah, like right away, like during the freaking hospital hours.
Literally,
Did you guys get to like, were you there at the hospital for a while?
Yeah, I think I stayed at the hospital for like 3 days before I ended up getting a C-section, yeah.
Wow.
My birth story, oh my God, that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, like, literally, I was just supposed to go one day to get this thing called like a NST testing, or I don't even know what it's called, you know? And we were supposed to go eat after that, and I never ended up leaving the hospital after that day, yeah. I wasn't supposed to give birth during that
were
week.
not
Yeah,
ready.
I still had like a couple like more weeks left, you know? Wow. And I wanted to go for like a natural birth, but I never ended up leaving the hospital, and it was a pretty traumatic experience.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, nothing like I imagined. Like I had bought like these little outfits that I wanted to wear during the hospital, or you know, all this stuff, and it ended up just being a totally different experience.
That's crazy.
And also because I wasn't like knowledgeable on like my rights, or like where I could say like, no, I'm not gonna do this or that. You know, I was just agreeing with anything they said because, you know, they're doctors and nurses.
Yeah, they're gonna
but
take
now
care of
I
you.
know, like for the second time around, that
so like you can say no.
Yeah, there's things that I'm gonna like be firm about this time around.
Yeah, I didn't know you like. I would have thought like, okay, yes, and like do everything like you said. So you could literally be like, no, I don't want to do this right now. Like
yeah, like you don't have to. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You hear that? You
And
don't
I
have
didn't
to.
know that.
You don't have to. That's actually really good to know. Do you think there's such a thing as like perfect parenting? Like, did you ever read like the perfect parenting books or anything like that?
I did read no books. No, I didn't read any books.
No books.
No, honestly, I don't think there's such thing as perfect parenting, because like I don't know, when you think about perfect parenting, like what do you even like, what is
no clue.
right? What is it? And the reason I feel like there's no such a thing as perfect parenting is because every child is different. Like just like me and you are different. Like maybe like you're a visual learner and like I'm a hands-on learner. So there's no such thing as perfect parenting, because if you try to do that perfect parenting on one child, another child's gonna be like learn completely different.
Right.
So I feel like you have to really mold your parenting depending on your child's needs.
I think
you
so,
know?
yeah.
Because every child is different. So I feel like there's not like one formula that's gonna work for everyone.
Yeah, like I mean, I think it was before we became parents. It was probably when we were younger too. Like you'd hear like the "don't tell them no" thing. Like I was like, why not? Like bro, I'm like no, like no, you can't do this. Like in. So
there was a thing like that they would say, "Don't tell them no."
Like back like years ago, like 10 years ago, and like with all like the little like. I guess now they're like maybe like 13-year-olds, but yeah, when they were born, like it was a whole thing where like parents would be like, don't tell them no. Like it was very gentle parenting. Like instead of being like, get off that couch or something like that, you like don't tell them that. Just let them express their feelings. I'm like, what? Oh no.
Not
like,
all the time.
Like I tell no. I think my son's first word was no. No, it was ball.
It was ball?
Ball.
That was his first
Ball.
word?
Ball.
Oh wow, ball.
Ball. He likes the ball. So it balls
I
out.
saw you post a story with a little soccer ball.
Ball's outside. Ball means outside. Ball means food. Ball means everything right now because he doesn't know anything else just yet. But yeah,
that's cute.
like how do you pressure like how do you navigate the pressure of like being the ideal, because we said no perfect parenting, but like the ideal mom? Because like I feel like did you have like a role model or someone you think about when you want to become like the best mom for your daughter?
When I became a mom, no, I wasn't really thinking of anyone else. I was just thinking about, well, I guess just me being a good mom to like my child now, and just like learning the way to being a mom. Like and when it comes to like the pressure of being an ideal mom, I feel like when I hear that, I do think of social media. Like I feel like a lot of people look at social media and maybe have people on social media that they're like, oh my God, like I want to be just like her, you know? But I feel like we also need to remember that like on social media, like people just put like their best foot out there. And like, yeah, they could be highlighting like good things that they do as parents, but like we don't know what's happening like behind cameras and like when they have their bad days, you know?
Right.
Because
everyone has bad days.
Yeah, everyone has bad days. And so I feel like once you stop like putting social media as like, wow, I want to be the ideal mom, like how social media pictures it, just remembering that like you're in your own lane and everything's gonna work out at your own pace how it needs to.
Right.
And just as long as like you are putting your best foot out there and trying your best to like be the best mom to like your child, like that's ideally like what it's about. Like don't compare yourself to others, right? Everyone has like their own story. Yeah, their own lane. Just stay in your own lane.
No, for
and once you stop comparing yourself, like you'll be fine.
I get that
and
too.
Just remember that everything's gonna work out.
Yeah, because on social media you can like post like you're the best mom and like 2 seconds later you can be like yelling at your kid.
Yeah.
And like just like not even taking care of the baby at the end of the day. So like it is like that. Were you like close to your mom?
Yes.
Do you think that kind of like in a way kind of you're like, oh, like she'll do this, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this too type thing?
Yeah, so I was definitely close to my mom. She was a single parent, so I feel like a lot of things like I learned from mom is like a lot of like handy things like how to do like stuff that men would usually do. Like I learned it like from my mom. And something that like I learned from my mom was like how like independent she was and strong she was. And there's so many times that she had to start all over, but I really admired from her how like if she needed to start all over, she would just get right back up and she wouldn't like mope around or be like, oh, like, you know? Yeah. So that's something that I'm going to instill in Anaí too.
And that's good too, because she's like the girl, daughter, like, you know, be strong, be independent. You don't need a man.
Yeah,
like,
and if you need to start all over, it's okay. Like,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that for sure. If you can go back and like give yourself younger, well, you kind of said like you already know your rights about the whole doctor thing, but like give yourself advice like right now as like when you were pregnant, what would be one big thing like you'd kind of tell her?
When I was pregnant, like if I could give myself advice, like going into motherhood, I would probably just tell myself like, it's okay to get overwhelmed. It's okay to feel like stress.
The world's freaking coming down.
Yeah, like it's okay to feel all those emotions that you're gonna feel. And just also I would probably tell myself like, just remember to be more patient, because I read this, I think it was on Facebook. Once your child turns like 7 years old, you've already spent like 75% of the time you're gonna spend with them for like the rest of their life, like 75%. Because you know, like
teenagers,
they
start leaving.
they start being with their friends, and then they get older, and then you know eventually you move out and you don't really see your parents. So really soak up those moments. You know, your kids are gonna grow fast.
I don't even think about it like that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I know when I read that, I started crying. I started getting all emotional. I was like, oh my God, like 7 years old, and that's like I've already spent 75% of the time I'm ever gonna spend with them.
Yeah, or like the one where it's like when you're gonna stop being their best friend.
Yeah, I know, man. They're gonna have other best friends.
You're
They're not gonna tell me their secrets anymore.
Yeah, they're not gonna share with you all that stuff. It's just a whole new girlfriend. She's like, oh, this is my friend. You're like, I don't like her. Yeah. You ready for that? Like all the friends, because they have a nice house. Like you're gonna be like the I feel like you're gonna be like that host mom.
Yes, I'm
like
definitely
bring them over.
Person. Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm ready for all the stuff. Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm excited. I would definitely rather all her friends like come here than like her go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That way I can see her.
Yeah. And then you're like I mean, from like Mexican parents, like I never got to sleep over anywhere, like at anyone's house, because my mom was like, nunca sabes.
That's true. I don't know if I would let Anaí like sleep over at anyone's house.
Because I mean,
you never know, dude. Even with family, honestly.
It's like tough. I know. I let my son be with my sister and her boyfriend and her family, and I was like, oh my God, I was so scared. But like they're like his family is like the most loving family like people can come from, and I was like, oh yeah, they were like singing to him and stuff.
But it's so scary, all these thoughts.
I was like working and I was like, how is he?
Like, send me pictures.
Send me a video. Like, is he okay? And then like she'll send me pictures. I'll be like, okay, he hasn't fell. Everything's okay. So I was like, all right. One thing we did kind of want to ask was kind of like how do you want your child to remember you? Like beyond just being like her mom, but like how do you want her to remember you? Like, oh, like this was her.
Yeah. So beyond being her mom, I definitely want her to remember me as a person that she could always count on. Someone that was there to like guide her and not just be a parent. Because I feel like sometimes when I hear like the term parent, I correlate it to like someone that's being strict or telling you what to do, you know? Whereas I want her to just someone that was there to support her in like her decisions in life, you know?
Right. Like not tell her what to think, but like more like how to think in a way. Like
just someone that's not there to tell her like you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, and just like a guide to like that she feels like open to like tell me like whatever she needs to tell me, you know?
Right. Like the biggest best friend. Like, you know, the one that you can go to for whatever you want.
Yeah, and of course someone that was always there for her, like I want her to remember me like as a present person in her life that was there for her like in any of her special events, and someone that always went like above and beyond for her. Right.
Yeah. Do you think that's because like, I mean, single mom, like my parents both worked as well. So I feel like sometimes like they wouldn't be able to be at like certain things like not graduation, but like these little award shows and like little things that for like little kids would matter, and then like they wouldn't be able to be there. Is that
definitely. Like my mom always said she was a single parent, so she wasn't able to be there like all the time for me, whereas with Anaí, I'm so blessed that I am able to be present in her life, like in any portion of her life. And also when it comes to like celebrating her birthdays, like girl, I go all out, you know, and that's something that, you know, like my mom wasn't able to do for me. So it's nice to know that I could do that like for my daughter.
1000%. I agree with you on that one. I know, because I think I think the first time I met you was like during the cabin stuff that we did. And then you were like, oh, I'm planning my daughter's birthday. And I was like, oh, my son's born like right around the corner too. So like I think my son's born in October.
Oh, wow.
So like right around the same time.
December,
yeah. So I was like, oh, that's
like
cool.
Super close.
So 3 now. 3's coming up. Are you doing like a party or?
I think this year I'll probably have something small here, but I want to take her to Disneyland. But like they have the, what is it called? It's the BPD Boopity Boutique. I forget what it's called. It's the Boppity, I don't know, some boutique, but they could start going once they turn 3. So since she's gonna be 3, they do this like little makeover where they do her hair, they do a princess dress and everything. So I'm thinking of doing that, getting her that little princess makeover with her and like a couple of her little girl cousins.
Oh, that's cute.
And then having like a Disney day like with family, and then maybe like another day do like a small.
I love how you have that plan and it's barely March.
Yeah. I know, I wanted to do it last year, and then I saw it started at 3. I was like, okay, fine.
So that way she'll enjoy it a little bit more too.
Yeah.
You don't.
She'll understand it.
Exactly.
And
like
right now she like is always trying to get my makeup. So.
So she's like a girly girl. She's like she likes it. That's cool. That's so cool.
So that'd be exciting.
So I mean, you know, you do social media and you do like your OnlyFans and all that stuff. What is like a misconception you think people have of like mothers in that industry? Like, have you ever like gone like, because you don't post your daughter, because no.
Yeah.
But have you ever gone people like be like, oh, what are you doing like this for, or anything like that? Like any type of misconception?
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel when it comes to like motherhood and fatherhood, I feel like fathers are seen like more as like the providers. Like
you don't have to even come home. Like if you're a dad and you have like a job that keeps you away for a week, it's like, oh, he's providing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but he's also not there.
Yeah. And then mothers are seen more as like the nurturers, the ones that stay home, and the ones that like always put their kids first. And so when I feel like when you do something that's out of the norm, like in my case, you know, with my OnlyFans, I'm like in that industry was probably really taboo, and people are, you know, if they hear that.
It's automatically
that I do OnlyFans, they automatically probably think like, oh, I can't believe she does that for a living, like she must be a terrible mother, you know. But in reality, like one, everyone's gonna judge you no matter what you do.
Right.
Someone's always gonna like have something to say, and especially right now with what I do, I know there was even like family in the beginning talking down on me, where like even those people like they didn't even do anything for a living, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I'm providing for my family, and I'm actually very thankful for what I do, because it gives me the ability to like use my time how I want to.
Right.
Like I'm able to be present in my daughter's life. I don't have to get like daycare or a babysitter. Like she's literally always with me.
Right.
I just time block, and if she's sleeping, I'll work in the morning, or after she goes to bed, I'll work at night, or sometimes I'll stop off with my husband, you know. At the end of the day, I'm doing what's best for my family, and if people are judging me, no matter what you do, people are gonna judge you, but you know, they're not paying my bills at the end of the day, and you're not taking care of my family.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like if you're gonna judge, like you pay the bills at least or something, you know.
Right?
You're gonna
and also the people that are judging, like, bro, you're not perfect either. Like there's some things you do in your life that.
Right. Everyone judges, and like everyone, like I don't know, people when they judge, it's like you like if you reflect on yourself, you're like, okay, like I'm not perfect either, so there's no reason to like judge. But I feel like for sure, like you hear like OF and you're like, oh, like thrown off. And like for people like in our industry where we do social media and stuff, to us it's like not even any weird thing. To us it's like, oh, it's just another job technically for us. It doesn't.
And also I think another misconception, like with my field, like with my OnlyFans, I feel like for people that don't like know me personally, if they just know that I have like an OnlyFans, they probably think, oh my God, wow, like she has a child. She probably, and she's like over here, like probably sleeping around with all these people, you know, where like that's super misconception. Cause yeah, maybe there's are some creators that do that, but with that platform, you literally have the ability to create the content that you're comfortable with and do whatever you want, where just by yourself in a room or you and like your partner. You know,
it
like
doesn't have to be like a bunch of different men.
Yeah.
It's not like the like porn industry, like I guess you can say, because like that's different, because that's like different, it's like two different things, and I feel like people put them
both
together.
Of them together, and they automatically think like,
but
oh, wow,
it's not like a lot of like OF, like I think, throw my sister under the bus, but I think she had like an OF at some point. She would only post like the same bikini picture she would post on her Instagram.
On there too?
Yeah, because like I was like, I saw her link and I was like, what you doing over there? She's like, bro, it's the same stuff. I didn't even judge her like mean. I was like, what's going on? She's like, bro, men are so dumb. I was like, bro, honestly, prey on like literally like the male mind. It's like so like dumb in a way. Like, bro, we're literally doing this and paying, and it's like, make your money at the end of the day. Like you said, you provide for yourself. You have a nice house. You have your you live nicely. Like if we could swap shoes and I don't have to go to work and I could just do this, like
it's still a lot of work. That's another misconception. People probably think like, oh, it's so easy.
I bet it's a ton of work, like just setting up and everything like that, and like the editing that goes behind it. You have to keep like you said, your body, your mind, everything has to be like good, or else like,
because you're gonna be on camera all the time, so obviously you want to feel good.
You got to know your angles.
The angle.
Yeah, 1000%. Have you ever had like someone encounter you in like at a family event or anything like that? Like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, actually,
never in person. Always talked about, but never in person. Yeah, I've always heard what people had to say, but I see them in person. Never ever say anything to my face.
Yeah. It's usually how it is.
That's usually how it always is. Yeah. And before, like on my Pkillaah, because I have a family page where I post like my daughter and family, my day-to-day stuff. And I used to have like everyone on my other page, but once I started that, I started like slowly deleting like family from both sides, you know, that I knew that they would like talk shit on me. So I'm like, okay, let me just delete you so you don't see it. And then they would talk shit like, oh, why should you delete me? Yeah, bro, you don't like that.
It's like negative energy.
You don't have to see it anymore, you know?
And then like your social media isn't even just that. It's like actually funny. People don't notice like your whole personality, like you show it as well, like in like videos and like the reels and stuff like that, all the collabs we've done. It's like, bro, like Pkillaah's funny. She's smart. Like there's a whole misconception around it, and like I definitely get it. I'm like, bro, like it's crazy.
And that's something I really wanted to keep as well. I wanted to not just have like my social media just be all about, because you know there are some people, which you could do it, that just stick to like posting sexy content or like, you know, showing like your whole body on all platforms, but I wanted to make sure to keep my personality out there and like have people also subscribe because they think I'm funny and they just want to like see more, you know?
Yeah, like it's like oh, like this is someone it's just in the social media game, and like I feel like social media is just gonna get bigger and bigger, so like you don't even know where like this can end up taking you. Like it's just so vast, you know? Okay, how would you feel like when your daughter grows up and stuff like that, and like of course social media has an imprint, like are you ready for like that conversation? Like she'll be like, mom, like
eventually,
eventually she's gonna
telling her about what I do. I mean, damn, it's probably gonna be a long time from now. But yeah, I'm definitely ready whenever the time comes. Like if she needs to know about it, like I'll definitely tell her. And you know, hopefully, me like being the mom that I have been throughout the years, like she'll understand. And you know, girl, like. If you don't like it, well, you wouldn't have any of this, you know? Like, you wouldn't be on the sports you are. You wouldn't have all the stuff you have. If
you like your car? You like the car I bought you for your 16th birthday?
Well, it's because of my career.
It's because of me.
Yeah,
no, that I'm
sure
get
she'll be understanding.
I feel like that too, especially because like, I don't know, kids these days are like, just like, to them, it's more of a regular thing. It's not like I feel like older generations, to them, it's like, oh shit. Like it's crazy to them. Yeah. But I feel like for us, it's a regular thing. So I feel like as more generations come above, like our kids ourselves, like they'll be like, this is so normal. Like to us, this isn't even like anything crazy. It's not even taboo to them anymore. I feel like that's where it's gonna end up.
Yeah, I feel like times have changed so much that it'll be a little more.
Like there's careers that we used to be in the past, and now today they're like, oh, okay, like that's pretty cool to have. You know, it's a cool career to be. Or there's careers that were like very like, oh, he's a policeman or things like that, and like people were like, oh, let's respect him. And now it's like, bro, he's a cop. Like. I don't like depending on how you're seeing it, you know, just because of like the way that generations are changing and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I get it. like my son's gonna be like, bro, my dad used to say on TV, like, I don't want to have kids. Like I used to say that, bro. So how many like I used to say that a lot. Like I was like, I would never have a baby. That was just because I never thought about having a son. But when I had it, I was like, dude, this is cool. I love this part of my life.
Right, it's awesome.
But he's gonna definitely see videos on like YouTube of me like,
you saying all that
damn,
stuff.
Here, like that was before you were even born, bro. Like let's calm down. So if you can live like let's say we went back in time, right? And like you had the choice to like just live a dream where your daughter could be happy, but she never, no, not a dream. She could live a life where she's gonna be happy for the rest of her life, like super secure, but you weren't her mom. Like
I had another child, or
she's just living her own life, but you're not in it. But she's happy, but you're like the mom.
Is that with me? She's happy.
Yeah. But like a parallel life where like you see her just being happy. Like how would that make you feel? Kind of like.
Damn. Okay, but I was still her mom.
You were still her.
She cut me off or something.
You were still her mom,
what
but
did I do to her?
But you were still her mom, but like maybe something happened where like she just began her own life, but she was happy.
Damn.
Would you ever try to like go back into her life? Like I feel like there's moms that like, you know, they leave their kid for some reason, like they become foster or something like that, but they end up having a really good, happy life.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dang, like, would you step in and be like, hey, I'm your mom?
Yeah.
Like, would you want to reconcile that? Like, I don't know. It's just a random question. Super random.
No, definitely. I mean, I would be so happy that she's living a great life, you know? But yeah, I feel like I would want to go back into my child's life, you know? I mean, I don't know what situation happened that she like went away, but if it wasn't something like super bad or like there's something really bad to her, yeah, I would definitely love to reconcile and get that
because I spoke
connection back.
I spoke to a mom and she was like, yeah, she's like, my daughter's like 13 now. She's like, I left her like at the foster home. She's like, I just don't know how to go back into her life. She's like, now I'm at a way better place in my life. And I was like, damn.
Okay, when it came to that, no, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I had to leave her. She was like, I was like, I think she got pregnant like when she was like 15. So she was like, I didn't know what to do, and she just disappeared.
No, I feel like I definitely would want to, you know, especially if she's still young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to be back into her life. And that's funny that you mentioned that she had to leave her, because my mom, like I said, I was born here, but I lived in Mexico for a while, and I lived with my grandparents for like a year by myself. And my mom was over here because my dad actually went to prison. So my mom was like, she actually kept away from my grandparents, from my dad's parents, for like 2 years. So she would always tell them like, oh, that my dad's like in Alaska working, and that's why they can't see him. And so eventually they found out, and they were like, no, Lorena, like we'll help you out. Like just bring Priscilla over here and you work and like, you know, get more money, you know? So that part, you know, I lived without my mom for like a whole year, and when I was little, so I started calling my grandparents like mom and dad.
Oh wow!
So that when my mom actually came to like get me again, because she was like kind of a little more stable to like be able to take me back, I remember she told me that that I didn't want to call her mom anymore.
Oh man!
Because I called like my grandma mom.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I would tell like, no, like you left me, like this is my mom now, like you're not my mom.
How old were you when that?
I was probably like 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was still like pretty
you're
young.
pretty young.
And now like thinking back to it as like grown, fuck, that would hurt me so bad. I'd cry like, damn, my daughter doesn't want to like call me mom anymore.
Yeah. She's like after a whole year of me working,
like,
and like all
she doesn't know like all this hard work that I was doing like just to bring her back, you know?
Yeah.
And then eventually she brought me back, and obviously like we reconciled because I was little and everything. Yeah.
Of course.
But that's like kind of a little similar.
Yeah, something like that. It's funny because like I feel like if you lived with your grandparents, like you had your shit was rough. Like I lived in Mexico as well with my grandma, and I was like around the same age, but it was my grandma and my tia, and bless my tia's heart, like she's like my second mom. Yeah. To this day, like of course I never called her mom. I knew that she was because there was no like male in the family, so it was my tia always and my grandma. And when I came back, like I remember my parents were picking me up from this house, and I was just like they would call me on the phone and stuff, but I was just like, I don't know, like it felt weird even calling like my dad, like especially my dad, because
that awkwardness, like how do I talk to you right now?
Like my mom was my mom, so for my mom it was easy because my tia was like it was kind of like similar, so like the love was always there, so it was easy for me to call her mom. But my dad, it was just weird having like a male role model in my life officially, like because I grew up with my tia and my grandma that were just like lovey-dovey, oh no, se cayó, like I was a crybaby. Like when I came back to the US, I was a crybaby because like I mean they would just cuddle me and like whatever I wanted was mine, and my dad was like no, like he tried to like toughen me up fast. I was like, dude, you don't even know me.
Yeah, like,
give me a hug.
Take it.
Yeah. So for sure, I mean, that's crazy though, like not calling your mom.
Yeah,
Damn.
and I'm like, damn, as a grown up, yeah, like, I'm like, oh,
I'm
damn, that
sorry.
must have hurt so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like me not knowing what my dad looked like too well, because I mean,
you didn't see him
I didn't
often,
really see him. My mom was like kind of, my mom and my tia look alike, so I was like,
okay.
it was not that hard to like, okay, I know what my mom looked like. But I remember it was like 6 or 7, and I was like, I really don't know. Like I would close my eyes and they'd be like, what does your dad look like? And I'd be like, I don't know. Like until like years and years later.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now as a grown up, do you have a closer connection to your dad and your mom? Or?
So I have a closer connection now to my mom. My dad kind of was a really good dad. And then he like once like my mom and him like started like separating, like a little older, like maybe these past couple of years, like he became more distant.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I tried looking for him and stuff like that. And he's like,
Pero no.
No. I'm like, bro, like you're going to ruin like years of you being a great dad for like a little bit of like, I don't know, like grudge, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's my mom. Like I'm going to hold her down way more, because it's like, that's what you taught me. At the end of the day, you taught me to be this way. Like,
that's
so
true.
yeah. So now my relationship is closer to my mom than my dad.
Oh,
yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's good. And then your mom was getting to enjoy her like grandson.
Yeah,
you know?
she loves
and something
it.
that your dad's like missing out on, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I try to like bro, like come on, like I'll be like, I texted him. I remember last time I texted him, I was like, hey, like, do you want to see my son? He's like, yeah, bring him over. And I was like, okay, when? And like ghosted.
Nothing.
I was like, damn.
Nice.
And I was like, I was like, what time should I go? And like it was like
Nothing.
dead air. And I was like, all right, bro. Like I'm at this point.
He's the one that's gonna miss out.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't know who told me this. They were like, if they don't go look for your kid, like just that's on them. Like don't be searching for people to like create a bond with your son.
Yeah, it's not your responsibility to take your child to like someone's home or to bond with them if you're the one taking them.
And that took me a while to understand. Like I was like, okay, like whatever. Like I know I live far from a lot of people. Like I should go, but it's like people have cars. Why am I the one driving my son if you can drive your adult self to my house?
Uber, anything.
Yeah.
Buzz.
Did you for her first birthday? I mean, I'm sure you did like a party, like a big party or whatever.
Yeah.
Did all of like the people you invited come? Or for the most part?
Yeah, literally. I feel like maybe like only 2 people didn't come that I invited, but yeah, mostly everyone came, and it was actually a really special birthday because she turned 1, and then we also did her baptism, and I had 12 family members like from Mexico, which are from my dad's side, travel to be here. So it was like super special having like my family from Mexico, like, you know.
You feel that love, yeah.
Yeah, to come over here. And they're all from my dad's side because like my dad hasn't like met Anaí, but like my dad's brothers, like it's funny because like growing up too, I was actually closer to one of my dad's brothers. He was like another father figure to me, and he actually was one of the people that also came from Mexico. So it was just really nice that like Anaí got to meet like her uncles and everything.
Yeah.
So that she hasn't met like her grandpa yet, you know. But it was really extra special just because like having all the family come over here together.
Yeah, I bet.
For Anaí, yeah.
I bet. I know for like the first. I feel like the first birthday is like the most important. I feel like
it is.
I feel like you have to make time. Like
yeah.
Like if you like if you don't make time for that, it's like, do they really want to be like involved in your son's life or your daughter's life? It's just so that's nice that
it's a really special birthday.
They made the effort. For sure. It's like so special for the adults and the parents, but like the kids have no clue what's going on.
I know, yeah. And I enjoyed it though. She had a great time. We had a little ball pit.
Oh, you had a ball pit and stuff?
Yeah, literally here all this was gone. All this we put it into a room, and we had a jumper here. We had like a whole like kid area here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I also feel like it's a really special birthday, even like for you that your son just turned 1, because like, dude, like you made it through a whole year of like being a new parent, you know, like your baby like survived.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like hell yeah, it's a party
celebration.
For you and for them, you know.
1,000%, yeah. Do you have like more kids in your family, like more little kids, like babies and stuff, or is she just the only?
Well, she's the first grandchild on both sides.
Ooh.
There's like great grandchildren though from like one side, but she's the first grandchild from like both sides. She has some like not that many, but like a few like cousins that are like kind of like similar. Well, they're like 5 or 6 or 7.
Oh, so at least like
they're a little older, yeah, but
at least
but she's like one of the youngest right now.
No, my birthday party for him, it was like 2 kids.
Oh, no way.
I had like bolo and everything for like a bunch of people, and it was just the adults. They were like, bro, this was the
just
best
getting
party
it too.
here. I was like, yeah,
Oh
you're
my God.
welcome.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but
I know, you can't forget the bolo.
you can't forget the bolo. I was like piñata, jumper. I was like everything. No one even went in the jumper. I was like,
No
bro.
way.
I went in the jumper with my son though.
Okay, good.
That was a fun part. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
That's good.
Yeah. So Annie, like she's about to turn 3. Is that like pre-K? Like, is that when they go to pre-K?
You could even start them like at 2 years old or.
But you're like
or
here,
3.
so it's like.
Yeah, but no, I'm honestly gonna start it like when she's 5. Anything that they could teach her like when she's 3, I could just get a curriculum and teach her here. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe when I didn't have a child, I was like, oh, when I do have kids, I'm gonna put them in when they're 2 years old. But honestly, like, no, I don't want to.
You're like.
Like whatever they're gonna teach them, I'm sure I could teach her here at home.
And you have like the time and everything too. It's like, and like you said, it's like you're teaching a 2-year-old how to what? ABCs.
Probably she knows how to most of her numbers right now.
Oh really?
In English and Spanish, yeah.
So
up to 10, yeah.
So bilingual, learning English and Spanish. Did you find it hard to like do the whole Spanish thing all the time? Because did your husband and you just speak English like in the house?
We just spoke English before, yeah. But then we did have a talk before she was born. Like, okay, I want to make sure she's bilingual because like his grandparents, like they only speak Spanish. My mom's primary language is Spanish, so are my suegros. So I was like, I want to make sure like
they could talk to
talk to her. She could talk to them because my husband does have like a couple like of cousins that have kids that they don't speak Spanish, so they don't like really are able to talk to the grandparents, you know, because all they talk is English. So we made that like a core value, like, okay, let's make sure we teach her Spanish. And like I said earlier, like I was the one that said I was going to just speak Spanish to her all the time, and then he could just speak English. So we did keep that up for a while, and then eventually he started speaking Spanish.
Yeah, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's easier to sometimes like convey your message in Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like to me it is too. Like, but it's hard because like, I mean, like at least you guys are lucky that there's like both of you guys like are together. But like for example, like I'm coming from like my son's mom and I were not together, right? But it like the whole Spanish thing is still like to us it's like that's major. Like
that's
like
good.
only Spanish. Like
so you both.
So yeah, we all speak Spanish to her and to him, and then when like we have to talk, like it's usually in English, but it's like really fast conversation. But at like both houses, like just Spanish.
That's good.
Just Spanish.
That's really good because I feel like anyways when they do go to school,
they're gonna learn there.
They're gonna learn English, you know. And I still do talk to Anai in English, and like I said, I put shows or whatever. Sometimes when I tell her. Or like we go over like the colors or numbers, like I say them in English and then I say them in Spanish.
And then
or like all the little books that she has upstairs when I read them at night, they're bilingual, so they have the sentence in English and in Spanish. So I'll read both of them just so like.
Oh, okay.
Because they're like little sponges, so literally they could learn like probably even more than 2 languages. You know,
honestly,
they soak up everything. Like,
just start putting like German on like Disney Plus.
Yeah,
just like start speaking German for some reason.
Yeah, they're little sponges. They soak up everything.
Yeah, 1000%.
Even like sometimes se me sale like una palabra mala, I'm like fuck, and she's like fuck. I'm like, don't say that. Fuck. Yeah.
So she's repeated that sometimes, like.
Yeah, no, she's definitely said bad words before because I'd be saying them and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta watch myself.
Or the music too, like the music you played. Are you careful about that or not really?
Not really.
No,
not really.
I don't think people really should like. That's just like it's a vibe, you know. Like they shouldn't like when like you're too strict. Yeah, they should be dancing. Like the words shouldn't really matter right now and stuff like that.
She just kind of listens to the.
Do the little bounce, like the little bounce. Yeah, the little bounce is funny.
Or sometimes like when there's like a song playing right here on the TV and she likes it, she'll be like, "Mami, baila conmigo," and she's like, "Ben, ben," and she'll get me and she'll like start, you know.
That's so cute.
On her shoulders, yeah. And be like, "Okay, I'll dance with you."
Do you remember the first time she talked? Like actually like.
I probably have it in my phone, dude. I've been meaning to like finish this baby book. Now she's freaking 2. I was supposed to finish it before she was 1. But I do have like notes where I kept like tabs on like her first word. Her first word was like mama.
Mama. Oh yeah.
And then it was dada. And then.
Oh, she hit mama first before dada.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hell yeah, she better ask.
Damn, that's crazy. Dada was like my son's like actual first word that like you know like da, and I was like. Aww. What? Because I picked him up and I threw him in the car seat, and I was driving and I just hear da. I was like, and I texted his mom. I was like, he says dada. She's like, don't even. She was like, don't even go there. I was okay. I was like,
that's
I'll leave.
awesome. Yeah,
but Mama's crazy.
Yeah, her first was Mama. And I would put Miss Rachel. They had like this little episode.
Mama, yeah.
And you know me, always skipping the dad part. I was like, we're going to learn this word first and then you can move on. Yeah, and she did.
You're like, what do you want, Mama? Mama this, Mama that, Mama that. That's interesting. Yeah, because I feel like most kids, like, usually they throw out the dada because it's easier to like pronounce.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, no, she said Mama and then Dada and then I forgot what. I'm sure I have them written down like in notes and other words.
Isn't it cool that we live in like the age where we have like this little thing and you just like bloop bloop bloop, just take pictures of everything you want.
Like back in the days, our parents had to do like the camera.
Get the camera, he's walking. Right? And people are running around and now it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, now every day you have like 100 pictures or videos.
Literally.
I literally every day.
Literally, like I'm like one big tip for like expecting parents. I'm like upgrade your phone's storage.
Literally.
Like if you don't have a
get
phone,
the 564 gigabytes.
You're like you need that good stuff. 1000%. Let's see.
Yeah. Sorry about my dog. If you could hear him.
It's alright. I don't know if the mic's even gonna pick
eat,
them up.
like barbecue yesterday, and so we gave him the leftover.
Oh, that's the bones.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Does your daughter like to eat everything? Like, is she?
Oh yeah, she's a really good eater. Thank gosh, she's not picky. The only thing she didn't like, or my mom gave her mushrooms, but I don't even like mushrooms.
I don't mind. Yeah.
I was like, I don't think she's gonna like them either, and she didn't.
Nah.
But other than that, she's really open to like trying everything, and she loves chile también. But I try not to give her much, but then sometimes
she likes the spiciness.
Yeah, she does. Yes. She's tried dog food before too.
Oh, the dog food's
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, I caught her and I was like, what are you doing? Yeah.
What's one thing, like, I don't know, like what, like one of the most memorable things like you've thought you like your daughter's like, oh, like one of the funniest things she probably has done, because kids are funny, but there's like
damn, it's because there's so many,
and then she's growing memories. So like things are just getting funnier and funnier.
Oh my god, let's see, there's so many like different instances. Let's see.
You ever had like a bad day and like you're just like, fuck, I just had this tough day, like unexpected news, and then she does something, you're just like, all right, my day's not that bad, it's like a pretty good day.
Yeah. Okay, something memorable for sure is like her first little steps. That was like something that's also memorable, when I was like upstairs and like my husband recorded it, or I didn't think she was gonna walk, and like she did her first like little 8 steps towards me. And and it was awesome that we got on camera, so that was like the cutest thing ever. Other memorable stuff, her travesuras that she does. Oh my god, if I tell you, like I think she's already messed up like 3 of my makeup palettes. Like I said, like she climbs everything, and one day I was like cleaning one of the rooms and I left my room unlocked, and then I come out. Oh my god, it was really funny, but I was like, bro, I just got that palette and like I didn't even get to use it. Yeah. And she literally toda su carita, like it was just like she looked crazy. Like it was covered in like the eyeshadow and her mouth and her hands, and then my makeup chair like toda.
Oh man, she just went ham on.
Yeah, filled, and then the carpet. So it was kind of like, bro. It was
like,
crazy.
It's a mess.
It was funny because she looked funny. I was like, oh my god, what happened to you? But then it was like, damn, this sucks. I have so much to clean now. Yeah. And actually, I haven't even cleaned the damn chair. It's been there for like 7 months. It's in the garage right now. I just looked at it and I was like, I didn't want to throw. I was gonna throw it away, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna clean it, and it's in the garage. I haven't cleaned it yet.
It's just there. So I mean, one day, maybe when she gets older, be like, look, you made this mess. And now it's your turn to clean it. Yeah.
And also another funny one, I posted a while back on my family page. The first time where because since she has like dogs as like siblings basically, like she'll be doing like she'll sometimes like se pone I put her on the table to eat, and she'll be eating like a dog. She'll literally put her head down. I'm like, you don't have to do that. You have a fork, you know. And a long time ago, I used to, before I had this setup, I used to keep the dog water over there, like next to the kitchen. So I would have water bowls on both sides in their food. And it's funny, this time I recorded her, I remember. I was like, why is she wet? Like her little pelito right here was all wet and her face was wet. I'm like, why is she wet? I'm like, ¿Cómo te mojaste? And no, she told me how, like, she walked over there to where the water bowl was, and like she went on force and she started licking the bowl, like drinking water, and it cracked me up so. Like
you said, they're little sponges.
Yeah, and she's copying the dogs over here. You know, that's like
at least
they're little role models.
Role models. They better be good role models then.
So it was like a pretty funny moment.
That's freaking hilarious. You're like, it is what it is.
Yeah, good thing the water bowl is not too dirty.
You're like, they're kids too. Like my son, like, cause I like do push-ups. Sometimes and like he just sees me.
Does he try doing?
And he tries doing push-ups, but then last time I was doing a push-up, and then like he went down to like do the push-up as well. Then he licked the floor.
He licked the floor.
I was like, you know what? I was like, I would have wondered that too. I would wonder what this floor tastes like.
Funny.
It's like their little brain is so interesting.
Yeah,
it's so funny. I love it. Like, all right, I think how much?
We're at pushing 55 minutes.
Pretty good timing. We've already hit like 2 more questions. Is there a question you want me to get out or anything you want to?
Oh, whichever ones that you wrote on there is fine.
Let's see. A hard-hitting one. We kind of did like a lot of really...
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I have them too. Like, which ones haven't we done? Let me see.
The second one. What's something society gets wrong about motherhood that you wish more people understood? That one. To close it off. You like that one?
Yeah.
That's a good close.
Yeah,
that's a good close.
That's a good close?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, ask you again.
We're back.
Okay.
All right. So before we close off, I want to ask you a question. What's something that society gets wrong about motherhood that you wish more people understood?
Okay, so something that society gets wrong about motherhood, I feel probably society has maybe this idea that motherhood is all about like mothers giving their whole, of all the happy moments, I guess, in life. Like motherhood must be like so fulfilling and joyful, and mothers should always give like mothers should always like put their children first. I feel like that's like something that society like automatically sees, but also I feel that society also needs to realize that mothers should put themselves first before their children. Again, talking about like mental health and then postpartum depression, I feel like it's very important for mothers to put themselves first. That way they could be like the best parents to their children. Because I
agree.
Yeah, because if they don't do that, I feel like there are some instances where like mothers like are like, okay, I'm gonna put my child first. Like it doesn't matter like how I feel. And then there's like those terrible times where like maybe some mothers end up committing suicide because they just can't bear with like being a mom, and they lack taking care of themselves, or 2, they like end up harming their children because they didn't take care of themselves first. So I guess society realizing that even though like we are mothers, like we still need to put ourselves first to be the great mothers that
I agree.
we should be. I guess that's like one thing. And also that mothers aren't just like the women that stay home and like make food and take care of their kids. Like we could also be like the providers of the family, and hold their family down.
I agree.
So that too.
I agree. I definitely agree with the whole like mental like health stuff, because like like you do hear like moms like freaking those moms that just blow up and freak out in front of their kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, like that just came from like she was a great mom and then she freaks out this time, now she's a horrible mom. But it's like, if you just put yourself first for a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
it's really important.
I think it is.
First. Even for husbands, even though I feel like
we get some slack.
Yeah.
We got a lot of slack.
Yeah, I feel no matter what, even if you're married and you're a couple, I feel the woman is always gonna have like more on their plate.
There's higher expectations.
Regardless. Yeah, there's
like
society always has like a higher expectation of mothers, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you
There's
so much.
definitely more eyes, yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's like I do I change my baby's diaper and I'm like a god. And I'm like,
wow.
You change your baby's diaper and your baby's crying, like, why is the baby crying while you're changing the diaper? It's like, come on guys, like
jeez, man. What the
give
hell?
everyone some praise. Everyone's going through some hard times, and honestly, you're a great mom. I'm taking that with me. The jumper.
I'll get you one.
Send me the link.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the viewers, myself, are taking a lot home with us, a lot of self-reflection and a lot lot of good ideas to have. So thank you. If you want to.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Pkillaah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming to my home. And also, that's awesome. Sorry to close it off. That
you close it off.
You are going to like people's homes to like do these podcasts, because honestly it feels like it's way easier for me that I didn't have to worry about like taking an A somewhere and then driving, because girl, I'm always late. So look, we started on time today because you guys came here,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the goal for this podcast, to just go into people's homes, because you feel way more comfortable. Like you're like, this is my house. Like I can put my feet on I can put my feet. Yeah, exactly. And like that's what it's all about, because like parents already have like all these things on their plate, and you're still making the effort to create this content. Like the last thing we want to do is just like make it easy and like make it more easy flowing and stuff like that. So
awesome
thank you.
That you're doing that.
I appreciate that, Miss Pkillaah Priscilla. Thank you so much. If you want to let people know where to find you on Instagram and all that stuff, let them know.
Yes, you can find me on all social media platforms as Pkillaah. I do funny content and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your weekend and enjoy your day.
Okay, bye.